Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
I love what I do.
Get on the ground! 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 What I do? Ran away, didn't we?
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you? And that's the fact, and that's next makes knows me. Hey, dude, you gotta learn the words. We usually only do the chorus.
She's got the barbs in her, just let her lay there.
Ma'am, you need to relax, okay? Those barbs are still in you, and if you don't relax, you're gonna get it again, all right? Just relax yourself, all right? And we'll take those out in a minute.
And that is your wife?
Watch the crossfire! Watch the crossfire!
Stand up. 94, that's the firm. We got
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Stand up. You got it?
That's in there. The left.
We heard you drop it, so I don't know why you're acting like you didn't have nothing on you.
This way, it's the whole part over there. If we walk that way, we'll probably get shot. So we walk to the porta potty.
Kids. Nobody's in school right now.
I lied to my grandma, and they said they'd give me one. We got.
If you grew up in the 90s, you know this theme song by heart. But here's the thing. There was a whole generation of black viewers. Cops wasn't just a TV show. It was a public humiliation ritual. It was a weekly reminder that the system saw us as criminals first and human beings second. Today, we're breaking down how Cops, one of the longest running reality TV shows in history, painted black people to be the worst possible people in the world. It shedded the worst light on us. We'll talk about the stats, the history, and the culture behind it, and understand it was basically propaganda dressed up as entertainment. Y'all stay tuned while we break this down. This is from Just Say Anything. See y'all soon.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.
Cops first aired in 1989 on Fox. It was one of the first reality shows before reality TV really even had a name. It was a simple formula. You have a police officer, you follow him on the job, and you get to see real crime in action. But what does this real crime look like? More often, it was someone black in poor black neighborhoods. The entire episode filled with traffic stops, drug busts, and domestic disputes that was overwhelmingly featured black suspects. Even though only 13% of the US population is made up of black people, Cops portrayed them, and 50% of their arrests were black people on those episodes. So that's some weird distortion in the numbers, right? And you would ask yourself, why did Cops have so many black suspects? Maybe it was just more black people doing crime? Nah, it's because fear sells, and they need that fear. Television executives knew exactly what they were doing. Crime was one of the hottest news topics in the late 80s and the 90s during the so-called war on drugs. So the media outlets leaned into this imagery of blacks being criminals because it got ratings, not because it was inherently true. It was a study done by communication scholars found that cops overrepresented violent crimes by 20 times its actual occurrence rate. That means that viewers thought that crime, especially black crime, was everywhere. It made people paranoid. Even through the FBI stats, they didn't support that. But on the show, it looked like stuff was just crazy. So when America tuned in every Saturday night, what they saw in reality really wasn't reality. There was carefully created images and to make black people seem bad and have bad propaganda towards them. It was pretty sickening at the time, but we all looked at it as entertainment. Even myself, I'm guilty of this as well. But the question is, people asking, how did you even watch the show like that? I mean, think about it. You're sitting home with your family, you're watching people getting tackled on TV, pepper sprayed, dragged out their car, just treated like dogs. I mean, they were just caught on crack. It was just marketed as gritty entertainment. But for us, it was shameful. But at the time, it didn't seem that shameful. We was under the spell. At the time, we fell victim to what was going on. This was exploitation TV. It was poverty porn. Instead of showing black excellence, Fox turned our pain into primetime comedy. People laughed at us, made memes before memes even existed, but they treated the struggle like it was entertainment. I know it's probably the Klan probably sitting back watching and laughing at this stuff. Like, look at them niggers over there doing that dumb nigger stuff. It was blackface. And yes, the show did show white and Latino people as suspects as well too. But the editing made sure that the black people were the faces and the most memorable cases, or the memorable people that they arrested. So in the public minds, it's hard to erase that image that they see. And looking back on it, Cops wasn't just embarrassing, it was damaging to just us as a culture in general. Study shows that repeated exposure to negative media portrayal of black people reinforces negative stereotypes. So according to the Journal of Broadcasting and Electronic Media, viewers of Cops were more than likely to believe that African Americans committed the most crimes, even though the crime data didn't reflect it at the time now and even back then. And here's the real about it. If y'all can believe this, a study in 1996 study shows that 70% of white viewers of the show like Cops believe that black people were more violent than white people. The media was shaping people's perception, and that perception is still happening till this day. So while America was laughing at Bad Boys and laughing at the song and jamming to the song, lawmakers were behind the scenes locking black people up, treating them like animals because the propaganda was working. The incarceration numbers were high during that time, and it was scary. You can't separate Cops from the war on drugs. The show came out right during the federal government was pouring billions into policies in poor black communities and neighborhoods. Police departments wanted more funding, and Cops gave them the PR machine that they needed. Instead of seeing officers abusing power, we saw them as heroes. Instead of questioning why so many black men were being arrested for small amounts of weed and petty stuff, we saw it as justice. And we weren't treating these people like humans. They were just a meme or a character that was on TV and not a real person going through struggles. This was marketing for mass incarceration. I mean, the numbers were high then, and black men made up of. And here's something that we don't talk about enough when it comes to shows like Cops. Cops wasn't. And here's something that we don't talk about when it comes to shows like Cops. Cops wasn't just popular in the US, it was syndicated all around the world. So you know what that means. That means millions of people overseas got their first look at black Americans through that lens. Imagine that your entire culture is reduced to a mugshot and police chases and crackheads. It's crazy, right? Yeah, that's the world we live in. So while hip hop and sports was showing beauty and creativity of black life in a certain degree, when I say hip hop, take that with a grain of salt, Cops was exporting our worst stereotypes all around the world. And this is why representation is power, and Cops robbed us of that power during that time. Instead of nuanced stories about black families, love, or success, we were portrayed as these out of control, just super predator monster criminals. They shaped how our teachers see the black kids. Imagine if you was a black kid at a white school and your white teacher was looking at Cops the night before. They gonna treat you like, hey, I don't care about you in this mask, just don't hurt me, don't rob me. I mean, if you was an employee, you had a white boss, they gonna look at you like, hey, I don't want to hire this person. We was already guilty before we did anything. Every stereotype you see in the courtroom, classroom, or job interviews was fueled by shows like Cops. It did negative PR that still is doing damage to this day, because the people who was watching those shows back then are still alive now. The show eventually got canceled in 2020, which is a very long run. After the George Floyd protests, networks finally realized that what we was doing for decades, or what they were doing for decades, which was a PR stunt and a smear campaign for black people. But the damage was already done. It was too late at that point. People weren't even watching shows like that. So 30 years of negative images just don't disappear overnight. So some kids now probably asking like, how could y'all even watch a show like Cops? It's because we didn't realize it was a trap at the time. We thought it was just Saturday night entertainment, but in reality, it was propaganda that humiliated us. They criminalized us and shaped an entire generation view on Black America. And now we have to ask ourselves, what show now is doing the same thing that Cops did back then? Because history always repeats itself. They have the same agendas, they just change it once we find out what they're onto. So what's the new wave of propaganda? Is it already here? Is it something that's brewing? Is it something that's gonna come years down the line? Y'all let me know. That was my video for today. Just let me know how y'all feel about Cops and shows like Cops. Was it detrimental to the Black community? Did y'all like some of them shows? Do y'all think they should run it back? I don't think so, but I already gave all my opinions. Once again, that was my video for today. Thanks if you made it this far. Remember, this is from Just Say Anything. See y'all soon on the next video. Thanks for the support. Y'all hold it down. Peace.
Just Say Anything. Like, share, and subscribe.
You're not just saying that?
I never just say anything.